Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Keela. If this is your first time stopping by, hey. If not, thank you for the support. In today's video, I will be doing a topic, or I will be talking about mental health and mental health awareness. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I am a big advocate of mental health. So if you are interested in this video, please continue to watch. But first, I need you to hit that subscribe button. I post videos every Thursday and Sunday, and you don't want to miss them. Also, I will be having a video come out about this lovely unit that I am wearing as well, and you don't want to miss it. So go ahead and turn your notifications on so that you can know what's going on with me as well. Now, let's get to this video. Hey guys, so if you didn't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I work in the mental health field, so I thought, why not bring you guys some myths and facts about mental health, kind of tell you what it is, and give you some early warning signs for people that do not know what it is. So mental health is, and this is just a basic definition, a person's condition with regard to their physiological and emotional well-being. This can include their emotional, psychological, and social well-being as well. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how we make choices. There are different things that can affect your well-being as well, such as your biological factors, life experiences, if you've ever experienced trauma or abuse, and family history. So if you have a family history of mental illness, sometimes it can be passed down as well. If you guys would like, I can make a video that's kind of about that talks about different types of depression and different types of mental illnesses, and I can give you like the symptoms of it, so you guys, or the warning signs, so you guys can know that as well. So the first myth or fact, comment down below which one you think it is. Mental health problems don't affect me, or don't affect you. That is a myth. Mental health problems are actually very common. 1 in 5 American adults experience a mental health issue. So that means that depression doesn't just affect certain people. It's something that affects everybody. 1 in 6 young people experience a major depressive episode. Major depression is a very severe depression. So light depression is kind of those days where you feel sad and you don't really want to be bothered. You may lay in bed all day. You may not have any energy, any motivation, but the next day or next couple of days you can kind of perk yourself up and you can get going. With major depression, it's harder, and you beat yourself up about how hard it is for you to get out of bed, but you just don't feel like getting out of bed, or you catch yourself crying for no reason, or you don't eat, or maybe you eat too much. A lot of times eating disorders come along with depression as well, so that's just something to keep in mind. And 1 in 20 Americans live with a serious mental illness such as schizophrenia, bipolar depression, or major depression, which I just told you about. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. It is the second leading cause of death of people ages 10 to 24. It has accounted for the loss of more than 45,000 American lives in 2020. That has nearly doubled the lives lost to homicide, which is murder. So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of people dealing with mental illness and not having an escape, and their escape is to just take their own lives. The second myth or fact we have is personality weakness or character flaws cause mental problems. People with mental health problems can snap out of it if they try hard enough. So how many people, or how many of you have heard somebody just say, oh, you'll get over it, or just snap out of it, it's okay, you just had a bad day today? Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes you need help getting out of those bad days. Sometimes you need a good support system, a friend to talk to, a spouse to talk to, maybe a family member. Maybe you need a therapist. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting therapy. I know there's a huge stigma attached to mental health, but there is nothing wrong with getting therapy. In fact, especially if you're a person that has trust issues, going to see a therapist, they are obligated by law not to tell your business. So that gives you somebody to talk to right there. even you never have to worry about it leaving their office. It stays right there between you and him, you and them. Sometimes it's a him, sometimes it's a her, but it stays right there between you guys, and you don't have to worry about anybody telling your business. You just, you know, you have somebody you can trust, and somebody that's on your side, somebody that's trying to help you get through your issues and, you know, help you live a normal life. Fact, mental health problems have nothing to do with being lazy or weak. Many people need help to get better. Such factors include biological factors such as genes, physical illness, injury, or brain chemistry. Life experiences such as trauma or abuse can make it hard for people to just snap out of it. And again, family history or mental health problems. Those are all things that can affect your mental health as well. The third myth or fact: there is no hope for people with mental health problems. Once a friend or family member develops mental health problems, he or she will never recover. That is a myth. There is hope. There is hope for everybody. So don't ever give up. Don't, you know, I know we all have those moments where we feel like, you know, life is just getting too tough, or why me? I mean, I've even had those why me moments, but don't give up hope. There is recovery. I know people, I know myself who has also dealt with mental health problems or depression and fought my way out of it, and I know other people who live a normal, successful life. You know, we have our, again, everybody, it affects everybody, so different people handle it different ways, but everybody you see is going through something, literally. You know, they may not ever speak on it, but that doesn't mean they're not going through something. Everybody is going through something. So to think that it is something that you can't, you know, recover from, or all hope is lost, that is incorrect. Facts. Studies show that people with mental health problems get better and many recover completely. Recovery refers to the process which people are able to live, work, learn, and participate fully in their communities. There are more treatments, services, and community support systems than ever before, and they work. That means that recovery is possible for anybody. The same way people look at drug addiction and things like that going into recovery, mental health recovery is just as important. In fact, a lot of drug addictions are a result of people having mental health problems and not knowing how to deal with those problems, or not even knowing that they have those problems. It is definitely possible to recover and to get better. I mean, and to live a happy life. Sometimes it takes medication, sometimes it doesn't. For example, in my case, I kind of learned how to cope with my daily stress and things that were bothering me in life without having to result in medication. But I know people in my personal life and in my professional life that take medication and they do fine. You know, again, you have the brain chemistry, and that's a little bit more detailed. You have the trauma and abuse as well that affects how you think, how you react, how you feel about certain situations. So it is a lot that factors in, and people think that mental health is a one-way street. Like, obviously you did something wrong to get there, and that is not how it works. That's not how it works. So a lot of times something has happened to somebody, or something has triggered them and made them feel that way. And when I say triggered, that just means that it could have brought up an old memory, or a past experience that you had, or that a person has had. So a lot of things factor in how a person recovers, but recovery is very much so possible. And last thing I want to leave you guys with, I do have papers here because I needed bullets to keep up with stuff. I wanted you guys to know the warning signs of depression. Now, this doesn't always mean that you need to go get a therapist, or that, you know, you need to immediately go check yourself into a hospital or something. This is just kind of signs for you to notice. Maybe you don't realize that you're depressed, or maybe you don't realize that someone around you is depressed, because a lot of times people around us are depressed and they're screaming for help, and we don't know the signs, so we don't know how to help them. So these are just some subtle signs to pay attention to. One is eating or sleeping too much or too little. So again, some people overeat when they're stressed. Some people don't eat at all. I'm one of those people, if I'm stressed, I can go all day without eating and not even realizing that I haven't ate. Now, I know that's not healthy, so I still try to sneak in like a protein shake or something like that, but that is a sign. Also, sleeping too much or too little. So if you know somebody that has isolated themselves, or they don't want to leave the house and all they do is sleep, every time you call they're asleep, and they didn't have like a sleeping disorder, or they work a lot, you know, normal things, normal reasons why you sleep too much, they just sleep a lot, that is a sign that they could be experiencing something. Also, sleeping too little, because they could be having racing thoughts and they could be overwhelmed, they could be anxious, so they're thinking too much, so they're not getting any sleep at all. The next one is pulling away from people in usual activities, meaning like losing interest in things that you normally like. So for example, if you like to paint or you like to draw and that's something that makes you happy, all of a sudden one day you don't want to do it anymore, or you don't have the energy to do it anymore, or maybe you still like doing it but you just can't make yourself do it. That is another sign. Pulling away from people, again, isolating yourself, not wanting to be around anybody, wanting to just stay locked up in the room or locked in the house by yourself. That is a sign as well. Having low or no energy, feeling numb or like nothing matters, basically not caring about anything or trying not to care about anything. So you do care, but you don't know how to show that you care, or you don't want to care, you don't want to feel, you don't want to deal with it. That's trying to numb things. Having unexplained aches and pains. So our body physically shows stress as well as it shows, you know, emotionally and mentally. And sometimes you may have like a lingering headache and you don't realize why you've had a headache for 3 or 4 days, and you think something's wrong with you, or your blood pressure may be high. If you're diabetic, your diabetes may be high, your sugar may be high. Those are all physical signs of stress or depression. Feeling helpless or hopeless, again, feeling like you can't make it, there's no way out, this is the end for me, I don't know what to do, you know, those are all feelings of depression as well. Smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual. So, the drugs part, you shouldn't be doing it anyways. But, you know, smoking cigarettes, if you done went from like 2 cigarettes a day to 2 packs a day, obviously something's going on there. Or if you went from drinking an occasional margarita to drinking a bottle of vodka in 2 days, or a bottle of wine in a day and a half, there's a problem, and maybe you need to evaluate what that is. Now, drugs, I do not, you know, recommend or advertise those with anybody. That's in my personal life, that's with you guys, and that's in my professional life, because drugs just cause my problems. So don't do drugs, kids. Okay, feeling unusually confused, forgetful, on edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared. So some people are worriers. They cannot help it. You think about everything, no matter what it is, it's there. Even if it's not something for you to worry about, you still worry about. You worry about if the sky's gonna be blue tomorrow. I mean, just simple things to other people, but it's something huge to you. So, and a lot of these emotions are due to not knowing that you're depressed and not knowing how to express yourself in a healthy way. Yelling or fighting with family and friends, experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships. So, if you're in a relationship, or, well, any type of relationship, that's, you know, with your family, your friends, your co-workers, if you or someone you know is like constantly arguing or always upset, or, you know, something like that, it's a deeper issue. Something else is going on. Some things, yes, are, you know, okay, you may have a dispute with someone, that's okay, but if it's constant, it's all the time, and a lot of times there is a deeper issue and there's something else that needs to be worked on. Having persistent thoughts and memories you can't get out of your head. Again, that's a form of anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, worrying a lot. Hearing voices or believing things that are not true. Now, this falls more under the paranoia or delusions or hallucinations category. If y'all would like for me to go more in depth about that, I can as well. But basically, hearing and seeing stuff that's not there, that nobody else sees, is a big indication that something else is going on, and you probably need to get that checked out. Thinking of harming yourself or others. So if you are feeling like you need a release and you think about cutting yourself, or you think about burning yourself, or banging your head against the wall, I mean, any of those things, or maybe you don't think about hurting yourself, maybe you think about hurting somebody else, that is a sign that something deeper is going on as well. The last warning sign I have for you guys is the inability to perform daily tasks like taking care of your kids, getting ready for work, or going to school. If you can't do your day-to-day functions, that is a big sign that something else is going on as well. So a lot of times, yes, we get stressed and overwhelmed, and we may, break down and have a moment, have a couple moments, a couple days. I tell everybody around me, you allow one breakdown a day, and after that you pick yourself up and you keep going, because we don't give up around here. That's just not what we do. So if you get to a point where you can't hold down a job, or you know someone who is not, supportive of their kids, they're not showing up to stuff, they're not going to work, they're not showing up to school, those are all signs that something deeper could be affecting what's going on with them. And it could be depression. So that is something to keep your eyes on as well. I hope you guys really found this video helpful. I wanted to bring some just basic mental health facts and myths, as well as some early warning signs about mental health, just to, I am a huge mental health advocate. I think I have loved mental health since I was in high school. I remember taking my first psychology class and thinking, this is what I want to do. And I went all the way through college and stuck with the same thing, because I knew then this is what I wanted to do. And I've watched this affect people around me. I've experienced it myself, so I know that it's real. I know that people aren't just crying wolf, and that they're not just doing it for attention. And sometimes you can't just snap out of it. Sometimes you need help snapping out of it. So I wanted to bring a transparent mental health video from a actual mental health worker. Again, I won't go into details about stuff, because that's not what I do here on my channel. But if you guys would like for me to elaborate on some things, or throw in some good healthy coping skills, some self-care things that you guys can do, just comment down below and let me know. I don't mind doing that as well. Again, this is something that I do as a profession, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 every day. This is something that I do all the time, so I promise it won't bother me. If you have questions about things, I don't mind giving answers, and if I don't have the answer, I can find it. I have colleagues and co-workers who know more than me, who can help me with stuff. So yeah, again, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it. Why? Because mental health is important, and somebody may need to see this. As always, thank you for watching my video, and I will catch you in my next one.